Hey everyone, it's Gina. Good evening. It's Friday, TGIF, thank God. I just have to take a deep breath because it has been a super crazy week, long week, just even last couple weeks. I had posted earlier this week that I've been under the weather and mostly due to stress. And it's almost 7 o'clock here in the evening here in Phoenix, and I'm sitting out on my back patio trying to relax. Actually, I'm finishing up some work. So I just wanted to update you. I'm feeling better today. Still kind of have that knot in my stomach and kind of the tenseness I feel, but it's not as bad as it was earlier in the week. I think I just knew in the back of my mind that I just needed to get through this week. So one of the things that I really have learned, especially in the last couple weeks through this juicing journey, is how I cope with stress. And I kind of feel like I've always been able to cope with stress okay. I mean, there's definitely been times I know that, like, when I get super overwhelmed or majorly stressed, like, I tend to turn inward, and I tend to maybe be a little bit antisocial, and it's just to help kind of get my mind right and quiet my mind and or just focus on what it is that I need to get done. But other than that, I kind of feel like I've been able to handle stress without being a huge like basket case. But one of the things that I've recognized this last couple weeks, which by the way is not any different than the previous quarters that I've been working here at this job for the last 3 years. I always forget how long I've been here, but at least 2 years. And but one thing I've truly have learned is that food has always been my go-to. I've always gone to food to celebrate, to make me feel better, to soothe me, to comfort me. When I'm bored, I used food for everything. And through this juicing journey, I mean, this is the last couple of weeks have been the first time that I've been like super stressed out. And I couldn't go to food. All I had was my juice to rely on. And when I started really feeling the symptoms of stress, like sometimes a headache, just this really tense, tight feeling in my body, the stiffness in my neck and my shoulders, my upper back, and then this really horrible knot in my stomach. And it was just this really strange feeling between almost like feeling hungry and feeling nauseous, but more towards nauseous. And that's what totally turned my appetite off. I wasn't hungry. I didn't have an appetite for juice, and none of it tasted good to me. Sometimes I had to just kind of force it down and not think about it, just so I could, obviously get some calories in me. And it was awful. It was really awful. But I think in the end, this is so good for me. I think God is really teaching me that I've relied on food for so long, and that, I need to count on Him more, and that I need to find more ways in the physical world here, in my everyday, find ways to cope, find healthy ways to cope with my stress. And it can't be food anymore, and so I'm learning what those are. I know once I get back to actually eating solid foods, I'm going to start exercising, which I'm excited about that. I am going on walks with my dog. He needs to obviously go take walks, and because that's when he does his business. He doesn't do it in my backyard. He does it when he goes on a walk. And so I'm at least doing that and getting some sunshine. But I need to be doing more, and I know that's going to help me get the stress out, get the extra energy out of my body, kind of relieve some of that anxiety and that tenseness. And so I know that's going to help. I also tried to do the True Rest Float Spa. I kind of talked about that in my last video, and I just wasn't able to relax. But if I do it more consistently, I know that will also be like building up a muscle and will help that. I also want to look into more like meditation or like focused prayer time, because I know that will help quiet my mind. So yeah, I mean, this has been a great journey in learning these things. It's also really sort of made it very, very clear to me that I need to have, like a direct conversation with my manager next week. And she already knows the challenges I've been having with this deliverable, this quarterly deliverable. But like, I gotta, not like put my foot down, but I have to tell her, like, I have to get kind of personal with her and let her know, like, this is not okay and this is affecting me and I have a lot of pressure. And so I'm actually looking forward to that conversation with her and helping her come up with a plan where we can make it easier on me and still try and deliver on what I need to. So yeah, with that said, I am feeling better and I'm looking forward to this weekend and doing some relaxation and not thinking about work for a couple days. So, and I look forward to feeling a lot better next week. So, did I mention today's day 75? I don't know if I mentioned that. So, still striving for 100 days. I saw my chiropractor this week, and she said, "Well, maybe it's time to start eating again." And then the more we talk, she goes, "No, I don't think right now is the time to go back to eating." She's like, "Especially since you're under stress right now, and your go-to has been food." So she was completely supportive of me continuing on this journey, and I don't want to give up yet. I really am committed to 100 days. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. Have a good weekend.